There's a certain joy in crafting a life where you can work in the mountains, in combining your purpose and passion with your favorite place to play. But there are also a select lucky few who have pioneered a new way to parent and who took Bring Your Kid to Work Day to new heights.
It's kind of on another level when it's your own kid. You're happy for him and you're happy for having attained a cover, but when it's a cover together, it's kind of like everything times two, really. My reason for wanting to be a photographer was to shoot skiing. It wasn't just to be a photographer. I saw skiing as a way for me to be able to ski and to travel and live in the mountains. That was a real drawing card for me.
When people ask me about my dad, I tell them he is a legendary ski photographer, because that's what he is.
You know, there weren't many people doing it when he was doing it. We weren't making a lot of money. I was patrolling at that point when he was starting, so at least one of us was making money. And it was definitely a project that was gaining momentum.
I was very lucky to have Whistler Blackcomb as a base, as a photographer, because you didn't really have to travel. You stand at the roundhouse and you look around, it's kind of a series of snapshots or photographs, you know, all around the place. This is on Blackcomb up on 7th Heaven. I remember the exposure was 250 at f4, and I believe it was on 100 speed film. It was one of my favorite pictures of the time.
Probably after like 10, I really kind of realized how cool my dad's job was. Moving forward, you know, when I turned 13, I was shooting with him quite a bit. I think the first cover we ever got on SBC Skier, I was either 13 or 14 years old.
Oh, no way. That's the first one?
It was really convenient. I had a kid who liked to get up early and get first tracks, and it just seemed like a natural progression for he and I to work together.
There's very limited numbers of people in the world that get to kind of work with their parents in the way that I got to work with my dad, and be able to share that time together in the mountains has been pretty incredible.
Gail is really the glue that holds the whole thing together. She is easily half any success that I've had, which isn't necessarily a huge amount or anything, but it's because of her.
It's been quite the ride. Well, you know, I took care of Paul's inventory of slides, you know, so the courier was coming and going a lot during the week. I put the submissions together. He was too busy on the hill.
It's been really cool watching my dad kind of go from like truly at the top of the game. One moment I always really think of actually was Matthias Fredriksson came to Whistler. Matthias like kind of asked my dad if he could go shooting with me, because at that point my dad was the only photographer I'd actually worked with. That was the first time I think I'd really had someone like say my dad was like a true inspiration to them. I mean, when we're out shooting, I'd say we're more like best friends than father-son for sure. Like, we're chirping each other. We work together really well as a team. He's the best co-worker out there.
Hey, Adam, good to go whenever you're ready.
Okay, bud, I'll be ready in about 5. Just give me a second.
You know, the old man's 69, and he's been through it. So his body's definitely a little rough these days, but when we do get out, I think we appreciate it even more now, because it's just like, you know, there's only X amount of time left where we're gonna truly be able to go out and go shooting together, so we gotta take advantage of it while we still can.